be in the air.
Michael Smith, the booming leg for the Rattlers. And coming out of the end zone on the return, and Norfolk State will start inside the 10 now on the opening drive for the Spartans. And in motion, and they hand it. A big run here, crease up the seam, and how about Kevon King? Can he outleg the secondary? Yes, an 82-yard sprint to the end zone.
The line of scrimmage against Florida A&M. They pull the guard around. That's Jaden Bryant, big number 62, and the rest is King in a foot race to the end zone. Spartans on the board first.
These former foes.
Don't be surprised if you see them decide to run the ball or try a very low-risk pass.
Well, last time it was third down, the 82-yard scamper for a touchdown, and another big run here on third down from Xavion Evans. He says, I got you here on third down.
Whether it's 3rd and 1 or 3rd and long, they are running the football directly at Florida A&M. Poor job of tackling from the second level.
Jalen Daniels hands it off once again, having success up the middle and going right to the teeth of the defense from Florida A&M. It's Xavion Evans. He's got only score of the game tonight, but Norfolk State thus far averaging 16 yards per carry on the ground. Once again, the rushing attack and staying on his feet down at the 10-yard line. There's King once again. Well, this Rattler defense has to figure out something here as Evans and this Spartan rushing attack is having its way here. 3rd and goal here from the 1-yard line. They're going to try to push it in. Jalen Daniels, he gets across the goal line, and so it seems, but no call has been made, and there it is. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns for the Norfolk State Spartans.
Seeing the field well, you will become very inaccurate and ineffective.
Undersized quarterback at 5'10", and he decides to keep it, calls his own number, shows up. A bruising run there by Daniel Richardson, better than 200 pounds, stopped by Jaden Smith, but a pickup of 17 yards, and the Rattlers are in Spartan territory. Yeah,
just a good job of calling his own number, realizing they were bringing pressure from Dalen Long, number 7, up quick, and he's playing with the purpose, just a sophomore, but one of the best in FCS football.
We're in the backfield now, Thad Franklin, but instead the play action, and it's complete, still on his feet, is hurdling the defender, and Kobe Gross picks up the first down.
Things that Florida A&M keeps is a staple of tight ends. They've got a plethora of them, and a good job by Gross of the run after the catch. You try and tackle the big fella low, the athleticism to stay up on his feet and pick up big yardage.
Richardson with time, has a man into the end zone.
What a catch.
And it's a touchdown. Thad Franklin, who we saw enter the game on this possession.
One of those things where a lot of green jerseys there, but tremendous concentration by Franklin to hold on to the football. After he made the catch, that was the easy part. There were a number of, like I see it.
The Spartans open again, just like they have done all game, with a run this time from Kyron Benjamin. Can the speedster make something of this return off the punt? He's got a chance to do something with it. And Jamari Gassett pointing out, saying, block for me. I got some room along that right sideline across midfield. And great starting field position, trailing Norfolk State out of the MEAC by a score. Daniel Richardson with time, has a man open in some space, and the pass is complete. Jamari Gassett set up this drive after that big return and that one out. And right now, Richardson, you talk about that glue, 3 passes for 20-plus yards. This time he's going forward again, and great pass breakup by Devon Allen in the end zone. Now, 3rd and long, the line of gain, the 9-yard line of the Spartans, and set up a little screen and let Thaddeus Franklin try to do the rest, but a number of green jerseys right around him. Who has been an accurate leg for the Rattlers throughout his career. It's good. Let's see what the Spartans dial up here. They've had success on third down. Daniels thought about it, double clutch, then completes it to Jones. What a move! Jack has Jones!
The air for a while. Watch Jones come to the ball. As the ball's coming to him, he's not waiting. He runs towards the ball to get leverage so he can run after catch and pick up the first down.
Meanwhile,
we're going to hear that every week for 5 weeks.
Dawson Odom's electing to go for the 35-yard field goal. Grandin Wilcox and the bobble snap. This was an issue that we heard about in pregame. As Q, you've got more on that.
Watching this group all through warm-up to the holder, and so they don't go for it on 3rd and 2. They bowl the ball back to the holder, and the first really break that goes in the way of Florida A&M.
Up until I snap the ball, 15 seconds pretty much on the clock. When the clock is stopped, you can really dial up a good play.
Another completion, but it comes out. The fumble on the field, and Jamari Gassett had it, but it was dislodged by the Spartans tackler. We'll see who comes up with it as they're trying to clear the pile, and Florida A&M recovers it. It works. Fun times already as back to game action, and Daniel Richardson picks up the first down wisely. And 33 yards for Jalen Daniels. And Richardson, who you said had an opportunity to submit his legacy, replacing Jeremy Musa. Great throw there, and the completion to Jalen Ward.
It showed that he can deliver the ball all over the field.
Well, he is leading the 25th ranked team in FCS to start the season. And on the run, he's got a man, and into the hands of Jamari Gassett for the score. 55 yards out. Scores his first touchdown of the season.
Yeah, just look at this double move right here. And Mallory peeks at the receiver's hips. Good job by Gassett, giving him a little dead leg. Have an elite quarterback. That's a team that's going to make a deep run.
Here on 1st and 10. And the big pass here from Jalen Daniels, and great body control from the wide receiver. The yards and into Rattler territory. See the adjustment he had to make there.
Yeah, really good job, and even really good throw, and a really better
29-yard attempt for Wilcox. This time, snap good, hold good, and field goal is good. Tie ball game. Howard playing in the NCAA tournament in the last couple of years. Daniel Richardson's got a man, heaves it up into the hands, and it's incomplete. Goes right out of Acion Cobb. Ace Cobb, first time. Catch right there. Richardson quickly out to Ward, and Ward with some moves, first down. He's on the previous staff. He said conceptually we're going to be similar. We want to keep some continuity. You see them going through the air more, but the pressure able to avoid and get the ball out still as Thaddeus Franklin. And that, or rather Levante Somerset in Prairie View A&M, but when he was around with Kendall Briles, Bobby Petrino and company, as Richardson once more avoiding pressure, has a man in the back of the end zone, and Jamari Gassett has it. Florida A&M back on top. Touchdown Rattlers. Florida A&M.
Making something out of nothing when it wasn't there. That's how you play the quarterback position. But take a look where the line of scrimmage is. It's about the 9-yard line. Look at the white jerseys. Do they stay? Right now they're blocking. That's a wall. Oh, I don't know about there. There's a guy standing on that 3-yard line right in the middle there. Because they were thinking scramble into the box, and maybe he can check you out. But I think they need to get back to running the football effectively like they did in the first half.
Rolling, looking downfield, and he's brought down. Swarmed by the Rattler defense up front.
They're on the island. He's got tremendous speed, size, and experience. And tonight, let's figure out a way to win it. And each scenario can still happen.
Richardson, who has found the touch after a slow start.
All right, we're going to take a punch from them, and we got to battle back and forth, but we're going to find a way to win. And you know how to challenge your team. Nice throw.
Out of the backfield, and there's some laundry on the field in the process of that.
Holding, offense, number 62, 10-yard penalty. Remain second down.
Well, that negates a 23-yard play. Those new pieces, a lot of transition for this Florida A&M football team.
And you have to say, when you lost Willie Simmons, it's a great effort. And add their own little wrinkle to it. Right now, Florida A&M's off to a pretty good start.
Indeed, and busting through the middle of the field, that's Kelvin Dean. And
I got their act together. You know, they protected the quarterback, and then they started winning the battle at the line of scrimmage on run plays, and they've worn down this Norfolk State defense.
a fumble on the field, and it looked like Norfolk State recovered it. The ball carrier lost it.
I mean, this is a huge play. Look at the ball security and just getting the...
That was Levante Jacobs, the interior tackle up front for the Norfolk State Spartans. Watching on as a 3rd and 2 here. And Jalen Daniels picking up the 3rd down. You know, they started strong on 3rd down conversions.
The running game is there, take it, but protect the football.
Well, the handoff to the running back in some space. That's where they had success early in this ball game. And a 1st down and more picked up by Kavon.
Important situation, no sacks, and you need a positive play.
Daniels back, going for it all. One-on-one coverage on the outside. And the adjustment. What a play. We've seen that not once, but twice from Cameron Thomas.
Hey, I accept your apology. I accept your apology on the illegal procedure on the previous play. Great job of adjusting. Look at the ball skills. You get him matched up against Jamil Sanders, who's more of a safety than he is a cornerback.
That penalty is
a good job in space by Thomas to make a big play.
I get the message
Here,
to the coach, too.
On 2nd and goal, King got in one time, and guess what? He's in again. Kevon King. Oh, that one is blocked, and that's going to be huge right there. Instead of tying up the ball game, special teams coming through, getting a hand on it. They're saying it's going to be offsides.
Defense, number 3. That penalty force after this is in goal. We'll retry.
Now, aggressive here to try to take the lead. Daniels shifting, and he's brought down. The big stop. Eric Horn in on the play again to deliver. And now, there he is. He's got his man as the pass is complete into Kobe Gross. So good enough to move the sticks. And right now, the mob has held it down. And he's looking for a little bit of running room, and that's that. Franklin running behind the mob, clearing the way. Mob deep up front. Out of the timeout, 1:45 remaining. Florida A&M keeps it on the ground, and Franklin goes down, picks up the 1st down.
That's it.
And once the ball is spotted, the clock will keep winding down. What you think about?
Dawson Modem said, oh, there's going to be a game played in Florida. And they were almost an extra point away, 2-point conversion away from pulling off a huge upset. But this is going to be a fantastic season of HBCU football. You just have that feeling.
Well, he had several wins while coaching in Canada. And then after winning a national championship with Florida A&M,